What if there was Kingdom Rush multiplayer game? How cool it would be to compete with other players for the best player title? Well, apparently you don't have to imagine anymore, because recently Ironhide revealed their new project, a Kingdom Rush multiplayer game which is called Kingdom Rush Battles. Dreams of many Kingdom Rush fans have finally become real, but this game is very different from any other Kingdom Rush game we had before. So now I'll try to explain you guys what this game is about and then share my honest opinion on it. So without further ado, let's get started. Kingdom Rush Battles is a multiplayer Kingdom Rush game with PvE format. It features characters from Kingdom Rush universe as towers, heroes and spells. As battle starts, you're able to build different towers with their unique traits and abilities. To build these towers, you need gold, which you can get by killing enemies, just like in any other Kingdom Rush. You can also upgrade these towers up to level 3, and then you'll get access to towers' unique abilities. Aside from towers, you also get unique hero who can be moved freely during the battle. Finally, you also get 3 spells, which can be used at any point during the battle, but they have cooldown. On the top of the screen, you can see your opponent's battlefield. Every player has 3 lives, which means you can lick 2 enemies and third one will be lethal. Every battle consists of maximum of 6 waves, with final wave being boss wave. If both players manage to reach final wave, wins the one who destroys the boss first. Before the start of each wave, you can choose one modifier. It's either something to make your game easier or make opponent's game harder. This as a whole I would consider Battles W, as you get way more possible interactions than in any Kingdom Rush game before, because you are able to interact with your opponent's battlefield. There are many towers and heroes abilities that focus on interacting with your opponent's side of the map, and some of them can even buff their enemies or create new ones. Most of the skills are still focused on the defense though. To use all of your troops, you need to build a deck. Every deck contains 1 hero, 3 spells and 4 towers. As for tower types, there are 4 of them. Wow, how unexpected. Archers, mages, barracks and artillery. There are also different damage types and different resistance types, just like in any other Kingdom Rush game. Looking at all of these things, gameplay becomes entertaining since you have many things to consider. Sometimes you want to spend gold on offensive side and buy Musketeer's sniper shot to get your opponent's hero in troubles. Sometimes it will be better to upgrade shrapnel shot and focus more on defending and destroying your enemies. All tower types have their uses and you'll need to adapt and react depending on enemies you get. But in order to compete against other players, as in any other multiplayer mobile game, you'll need to upgrade your stuff. Level 12 is the max level currently. To upgrade your cards, you must have 2 things: enough gold and enough cards. Both of these are obtainable through chests, in other words, loot boxes. I don't think I have to mention that loot boxes are a bad thing, especially when you can buy them for real money. I don't really understand what's the point of cards upgrading system, other than making money of course. This leads us to one of the biggest problems of this game. So I would like to dive into this topic a bit deeper and see if this game is actually pay to win. And the short answer is yes. Spending money on the game not only makes your progression faster, but also helps you unlock legendary cards, which are very overpowered at the moment. The saddest thing is that you can't get legendary cards as free-to-play player. So no matter what you do, if you're a free-to-play player, you can't get the strongest stuff. Also, as far as I know, matchmaking doesn't take level of your cards into consideration, which means you can be matched against a player with maxed out cards, only having level 7 cards, let's say. So summarizing everything, I can definitely say that players who spend money on the game get an unfair advantage over free-to-play players. For that reason, many players name this game Slop Rush. but to be fair, it was before Ironhide announced it as their game. Anyway, pay-to-win state of the game leaves us with another issue of Kingdom Rush Battles: the balance. As I mentioned earlier, legendary cards are the best ones, so the player who has them will most likely win. There are several cards in the game which feel way better than the rest. Necromancer, Arcane Wizard, Glacial Druid, Battle Mecha, and Dwarf are the towers you wanna use. As for heroes, the best options are Ashbite and Ice Cult. Rain of Fire and Lightning are the spells you'll always use. And now imagine, you have all cards unlocked and maxed out, and these are the only cards you'll ever use. Using the same cards all the time will get boring and repetitive very fast, and if you're not using them, you are throwing. And you can't say, but Diron, you can say that about any Kingdom Rush game that has overpowered towers and heroes. Now shut up, okay? The thing is that it's a multiplayer game, and you can't restrict yourself from using OP stuff. In Alliance, for example, there are overpowered towers like Surge Colossus and the Cannoneer Squad, but you can simply avoid using them and use other stuff. Level is always the same, and you can play around it even with weaker towers. In multiplayer games, there is a term called meta, and if you are not using the meta, you aren't winning, assuming both players are equal in terms of skill. Meta in multiplayer games should always change and be very balanced in order for players to have variety and be able to use different things, and simply have more fun. Right now, it's just not the case with battles, so I guess it's time to talk about gameplay a bit more. I already talked about game spaces, but didn't mention anything specific. And I can say that gameplay in battles is fun, but only if you don't have OP stuff. Sounds weird, but it seems to be the case. Playing without dragons, arcane, necromancer and druid forces you to strategize and actually think. And it's decently fun until you face off against player with stuff I mentioned before. Game has only one game mode for now, but this game mode is quite interesting. My favorite part about battles gameplay is being able to interact with opponents part of the map. It really feels fresh and unique, so hopefully devs will expand this feature in the future. Non-dragon heroes also feel cool and have different playstyles. Hopefully all the heroes will be on the same power level in the future. Okay, it seems like I started talking about future too much. So let's sum up everything. Kingdom Rush Battles is on its early stages of development, and I can definitely see it. For now, game lacks content, proper balance, and monetization system is very questionable. However, it has potential to be a very successful game. Developers are taking a lot of feedback from beta testers and regular players, which is really nice to see. Game already had several balance patches and a lot of great improvements. Considering the fact that it's a multiplayer game, I can assure you devs will polish the game thousands of times before and after its release. Ironhide, if you are watching this, I want to say please take your time and hold your horses, because it may become a great multiplayer game, so be careful and listen to players' feedback. But it's not the issue for you, so keep it up. And please nerf OP stuff. For everyone else, you can check battles out if you already played other Kingdom Rush games and mods like Reborn, Chaos Mode, Kingdom Rush Plus, Legends of Kingdom Rush mods, Brutality, etc. As for me personally, I play battles occasionally, but for now I'll stick to previous 6 games as they are more interesting at the moment. Especially with the introduction of new co-op mode for Kingdom Rush 1, you should definitely check Kingdom Rush Plus out. And new Kingdom Rush Alliance DLC. It's really big. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.